Welcome to my channel. My name's Lorraine and I help people live with passion, purpose and positivity. Let's dive right into this video. And I've called it my 3 top ways of dealing with fear. And I actually quite enjoy feeling fear, but more in the excited sense. I know people are feeling fear and they're scared at the moment through this coronavirus, but let's face it, fear is fear, and if I can help you in any way, I will. So it's not going to be the normal things that I talk about, like meditation, being positive and all these things. It's going to be a little bit more specific to something that I experienced back in 2015. So in 2015, I went to Everest Base Camp with a summit expedition. It was 6 mountaineers, and I with an older man, the father of the leader. We were the only trekkers going to Everest Base Camp, and I was very, very fearful and nervous, but excited anticipation at the same time. I had that adrenaline going. So I knew that I had to pre-plan how I was going to be when I was on this huge epic adventure, because I wanted it to be the best experience, so in my life, and to date it has been. I put mainly that down to emotionally preparing for this epic adventure, and I invite you to do the same with how you want to feel with regards to this coronavirus, because we don't have to live in fear. We can live in love, joy and abundance, and just be patient, and gradually it'll get better, and have a faith that know that this is going to happen. But in the meantime, feel happy and joyful and positive in the meantime. And there is strategies that you can do for this. And I'll talk about my trip to Everest Base Camp. And I've also written a book called Higher and Higher on my epic adventure. And I'll put a link down in the description, because I do describe what I'm talking about in this video in the book. As I say, it's called Higher and Higher, my magnificent journey to Everest Base Camp. So before I went on my journey, I did this journal called The Emotional Journey to Everest Base Camp. And in this journal, I did certain things to prepare me for this trip. And the first top tip I'm going to talk about, which is a process from Abraham Hicks, is called the focus wheel. Now, this process is a strategy that I used before I went on this epic adventure. What it is, you put a circle in get a piece of paper and put a circle in the middle. And in this case, because you're fearful about the coronavirus, you're worried what's going to happen, you're fearful about your future, you could put in the middle of the focus wheel. You've got to put it in present tense, how you want to feel, it hasn't got to be in the future. You've got to feel in the present tense. So you could put, I feel safe and calm in this unprecedented time. At this time, you could put that in. So you could put that, and then off the wheel there's spokes. So then you put everything that's going to make you feel secure on the focus wheel. So when you're writing on the spoke, it's like a clock, and it's like a spoke on a wheel. So the first thing you could put is, I am feeling calm and positive on this journey. I am meditating. But the key is, when you say it and when you feel it, you've got to feel good about what you're saying. Because if you're feeling resistance about what you're saying, Abraham says the focus wheel will spin you off like a merry-go-round. So you've got to dig into your emotions and think of ways that are going to make you feel safe and calm, and what you want to do is you want to put everything that's in the centre around this focus wheel. And I'll read some things out that I did. Here's a focus wheel, EBC, the big adventure, EBC, the big adventure. It's going to be wonderful, EBC. Can't wait to go to EBC. I'm so excited. I'm really organised, got all in my bag, can't wait to meet the others. Like, and that's all things that I felt positive about, that was in the centre of that focus wheel. And I know it's going to be different for you because you're wanting to feel secure and safe and not fearful. So other things that you could do is you could possibly put, I meditate every day and focus on elevated emotions. You could do that. Or I love being with my family and we love having fun together, or we're watching a certain program together, or reading books. I love to read this book because I get lost in this book. The story is so great. So just think of ways that are going to make you feel safe and secure, and sort of get away from that fear mentality. That just gives you a little bit of an idea anyway. So the second top tip for when I felt fear, again, is in this emotional journey to Everest Base Camp, and this one it's called positive momentum adding. So what you could do is you could write see, in this case I've written Everest Base Camp. I'm feeling the so what you do is, as I say, it's another Abraham process. So what you do is you write out everything that you're feeling positive about in relation to that what I'm going to do. So it's like you're adding on the positive momentum adding. So I feel super confident. Every day feels magical. The magnificent Himalayan peaks. So what you could do here is positive momentum adding. It's a little bit like the focus wheel, but it's it's sort of like you're getting more and more excited about how you're going to feel positive. How you want to feel, because you want to feel safe and secure and happy and love and everything like that. And again, you could put things in like, I look out at the weather and watch the birds in the trees. I focus on nature. I love watching the squirrels run along the branches. I love going out for my daily walks, even though I'm doing social distancing. I love feeling the energy of this universe. I love feeling my breath, the breath in my body. I love knowing that every morning I wake up and my heart's still beating. I've had nothing to do with it. I love the fact that the sun shines every morning, every day, and I don't have to do anything. How can you compare with a love like that? You could write all this down. You could get very creative with it. All the things that are going to stop you from feeling fearful. So that's another one. So the third thing that I do, another way of feeling not fearful. And again, I did this for I went to Everest Base Camp. I went to Everest Base Camp, and in the bottom of my rucksack I had a handful of white feathers that I'd gathered when I went on my local walks. And for me, the white feathers represent Archangel Michael. And I do believe that Archangel Michael watches over me at all times. And I actually know for sure that he does, because there's things that have happened where I know that I've been looked after. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a moment. But so I had these white feathers, and I felt safe all the time, even though it was so challenging, that adventure. And I'd like my own Sherpa, and we were going up and up and up, and I was walking for about 10-12 hours a day, and it was getting cold, and I was tired, and I wasn't fit enough. There's no way I was fit enough. But I carried on. I felt fearful, I thought, can I do this? What's going to happen if I collapse? All these things run through your head. But because I had these white feathers in the bottom of my rucksack, I felt safe, even though I was moaning to Zep Kuma, my Sherpa. Even though I was with an expedition, these really fit mountaineer guys were right ahead of me. I wasn't as fit as them. So so that made me feel safe. And so what I'm saying with the third strategy and ways that I conquer fear is to have a symbol. And in this case I had the feathers. But what I do now is I have these Archangel, I have talked about this in my videos before, these Archangel Michael cards, which I have by my bedside at all times. And if I'm worrying about something, I sometimes pick a card, or I put my hand on the card and say, thank you, Archangel Michael, for watching over me. Obviously, I couldn't take these cards with me on the Everest trip because they'll be too heavy. But so that is a symbol that makes me feel safe. And if I'm going on a long journey, I put them in the dashboard of my car, and I just say, keep me safe, Archangel Michael, keep me safe. You know, everybody on this road is a friend. I help them, they help me, I let people through, all this sort of thing. And it's a feeling, it's a feeling. You can use your own symbol as a feeling. You know, you could have a teddy bear, or I don't know, anything. Just get anything that makes you feel safe. You could use my symbol. You could find a white feather when you're out walking. Get a feather and put it in your pocket, and then you could hold the feather when you're feeling fear. So the reason because I feel fear and I'm in that because I've felt fear and I've been in that vibration, and this has helped me and it's kept me safe. I do believe that the universe does keep me safe for that reason, because I'm of that vibration, that the universe supports me and keeps me safe. And I'll tell you something that happened on my epic trip to Everest Base Camp. It was the year of the earthquake. And this is what happened to me. On the day of the earthquake, it's 25th of April, 2015. And that was the day of the earthquake. And that was the day I was leaving. So my flight was at 10:15. And the earthquake was at 11:55. So if that's not looking after me, I don't know what is. But I did go on to, I know, and obviously 8,000 people died in that terrible earthquake. And my comrades were trapped on Camp 1. And they had to be helicoptered off, so they obviously didn't get to the top of Everest Base Camp. But out of everybody, and I'm not saying this to brag or anything, but out of everybody on that expedition, I was the only one that completed what I set out to do. And I do believe it's because of my vibration, and I pre-paved it, I pre-planned it, I got in the right frequency of feeling safe. And you can too. You can almost protect yourself from fear, you know, from this fear mentality that we've got going at the moment, you know. So yeah, so I hope this helped. You know, you can, as I say, you can use your own symbol for, you know, for the fear that you're feeling. And I'll recap on them 3 things. Focus wheel. You can find it on YouTube, Abraham Hicks focus wheel, and I may be positive momentum adding, I'm not sure. But I do it all the time when I'm feeling fearful, or I'm going on one of my adventures, I'm feeling, you know, the unknown, out of my comfort zone. And a symbol to carry around with you. I know when I was going through my divorce back in 2001, I had this little bottle of lavender oil, and every time I used to get stressed and fearful and anxious, I used to smell this lavender oil. It was so comforting. And that could be something that you could do, because lavender is known for helping you in stressful situations. You could put some on your wrist or put it on a handkerchief and smell it, and that'll help with the fear and the anxiety around this, you know, this time that we're going through. But you'll have your own way of dealing with fear. I've just told you some of the strategies and the ways that I've used. And I hope this helps. If you like this video, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification, because I do regular videos now. Blessings to you, my friends. Turn the fear into love. It always works. Much love and namaste.